Good morning, Big Brother fans. It is Tuesday, September 22nd. I should start counting the days. Day something in the Big Brother house. I know we're over halfway. But much like yesterday, Davon's going to jury. That's where we're at. It's just a matter of getting to Thursday. Sorry. There's lots of planning for the next, things to happen. But until we have a new head of household, it's hard to say how those are all going to fall out. Christmas definitely seems to be more in tune with the guys overall than Davon's leaving, than Danielle and Nicole. When I say in tune, maybe more malleable by the guys too. She definitely isn't as close as Nicole and Danielle are to each other, so she's kind of on the outside with them. So she's in closer with the guys. And they also feel they can use her, I think. And so they actually yesterday were using her to kind of start to put ideas in Kevin's and David's head. Well, Kevin's head? No, just David's head, I guess. What if David wins head of household? And we got to make sure that he goes after, not us, would be what the guys would say. So let's see if we can, use Christmas to get to David. And so, yeah, they're already working on that angle. I don't think David's going to win head of household. And I think, was it Nicole maybe and Danny were talking about trying to get David to go after Kevin if he wins head of household. And by the way, Nicole is still sticking to the story that she didn't vote to evict Ian. She's still telling Ian that, or still telling Davon that. She ponders that she may try to tell her the truth before Davon gets evicted. In part, she's having some guilt. She's worried that, and she's guilt or else concerned about her own perception that what she did wasn't a game move, or at least not completely a game move, and maybe it was just being mean. So she's kind of torn, and I'm here for it. I'd like to see someone having problems living with their decisions and their, she took Ian out of the game, and the fact that she made David look really bad caused all kinds of problems between David and Davon, and that Danielle and Nicole were giggling about the process and that they would be doing it makes me feel very little sympathy for Nicole. Oh no, it's a bad thing. Well, you laughed about it, you had a good time, so now's the time to pay the piper. So I don't feel particularly bad for Nicole. And she will get found out before the season's over. At some point, I think somebody's going to tell her. I don't know who all is in the loop. Although, if Davon, Kevin, and David all end up in jury, all they got to say is, no, I did vote. There's no reason for me to lie at this point because I'm out of the running. And they'll all realize it was Nicole that did it. So the lie will be exposed unless David ends up in the finals and nobody that is in the know tells Davon how he voted. I have a feeling it will be known. So I would cross Davon off of Nicole's wedding list. Not that she probably was ever on it, but it's fun to joke about. What else to talk about? Not a whole lot. I mean, we're already speculating about the house guests again still. It's not Zingbot, the person that's coming to visit or thing that's coming to visit this coming week. It isn't going to be Zingbot. What if it's Otev? What if Otev is built up on high and the door opens and they just... I wonder, could it be Otev? Could be. Maybe it'll be a robotic Otev built up high. That would be a legendary visitor. And it wouldn't be a former player, which is what people are speculating on, but Yeah, it could be OTEV, now that I think about it. They're just building a set, and the door opens, and it's OTEV, and then the door closes, and we're done with it. Very possible. Plus, you could leave OTEV out there for a week or something and have him say witty things every once in a while, or her, depending on if OTEV is a guy or a girl. Yeah, could be OTEV. All right. Do I have anything else? I don't really have anything else on Big Brother. I don't have. I mean, it is what it is, guys. It's Davon is leaving, and I'm kind of meh. David started a fire last night, but you know, about once a year, maybe once every couple of years, there's some kind of fire in the Big Brother house. Remember, Sam had to put out a fire in the stove a couple of years ago when the something got left, and then was it a slot cookies or something? I don't know. Something caught on fire, and Sam ran and put it out with a fire extinguisher. They've had the grill flame up several times over the years, so you know, yeah, another season, another fire. This was a stovetop fire. I'm not even sure what David was cooking. It may have been grease, and it splashed over, and then it got ignited on the stovetop. It's a glass stovetop, but it did light up, and there's lots of pictures out there and videos. So, and they'll probably show it during the TV show if they're looking for a funny moment, assuming that Davon wasn't anywhere around. If they wait to show it more than a couple of days, because obviously Davon will be gone, and I don't think she was. I don't think she was anywhere around. So they've got a good week to use that video clip. You know, depending on who gets nominated or who gets shown the door. All right. I think with that, I am wrapping up my Big Brother talk. We are on Amazon Music, by the way, the Big Brother Gossip Show. I did just submit this cardcast and my mostly non-Big Brother Gossip Show, which is you know, I haven't recorded that for several months, but it is still a thing. That is also been submitted to Amazon Music Prime or whatever the heck it is, and as well as some podcasting thing out of India. I don't know if anyone from India will listen to this or has ever listened to this, but if you are listening to this in India, hello, nice to meet you. Yeah, that's what I got to say about that. So, anyways, yeah, I am going to touch on Sequester, just because I haven't for a few days, and I would like to cover a couple of thoughts. My number one thought is congratulations. Last night was a mole. Remember the TV show The Mole? One of the people that I played Sequester with on May 30th, whose name is Cassie, who also does Big Brother updates. It's BB Up. How is her? It's Cassie. I don't know how her uproots, BB Updudes. I can't. Her update account is an interesting name. But anyways, she played on the 530 mini with me, and she came up with the idea for a variation on Sequester based on The Mole, and set it up. It was probably a month and a half or 2 months ago that she came up with the idea, and it finally got played last night, and it was fun. It was a couple of mole kind of twists in it, where 4 of the 22 people, if it started with 22, maybe started with 20, but 4 of however many people started were moles. Were moles. So part of the goal was to eliminate the moles. And they did manage to get rid of all the moles before, basically almost all of them before jury, but one made it into jury. And anyways, they played, and there was several people that played that I rooting for, and not rooting against anybody else per se, but there are people that I know through the community that I was rooting for. I was rooting for specifically Lauren, who played on 5-8 with me, She never made jury before. She's a very quiet player, and this mini actually kind of suited her. Although people were suspicious that she was a mole for a while because of her being quiet, but she was not a mole. She made jury. She got to 6th place, which is awesome. Very proud of her. There was Trav, who, while I played with Trav technically, actually a couple of games now. We played in the Showdown Mini with 5-8 versus 6-19, but we were basically on opposite teams in that one. And we also played in the Friends Mini, but I didn't last well and long in the Friends Mini, so I really didn't get to play with him. But he did, I have played with him, but he's also roommates with Brandon, who is a 5-8 mini family member, and so I always root for Trav when I see him play, just because I know he's good friends with one of my former people that I played my very first mini with. And then also Brent from RHAP, who, I'm not a friend of Brent's. I mean, he knows who I am, I know who he is, but I always kind of like to see him play. He is a huge fan of Sequester. He was definitely a driving force in getting it to be popular, even though I didn't know him other than just in the Big Brother world, and I didn't know him really because I didn't follow him. Although I started following him this year. We follow each other, but again, that doesn't mean we see much of each other. And but he hadn't played for a while, and so I want to root for him because I know he loves the game, and so he did very well. He made it into jury. I think he got 7th, maybe. Trav also made jury. That was the thing. Trav got in the top 4. It's like everybody. I was rooting for 4 people. All 4 people did very well. All 4 people made jury, so it was a fun mini to watch, although the thing is my intention was, well, I'm only going to watch till the people I'm interested in are out, and then I'm done watching for the night, and I'll go do other things. And guess what? They all made jury, and the 4th person that I was excited to watch play was Mark, who is also, like Cassie, is a person I played the 530 mini with, and actually got voted out of that mini because somebody confused him for me, and they thought I had a power which I didn't have. So there was a couple of different things going on there. There was name confusion and confusion about powers, and yeah. But Mark won. So hey, I had a tiny bit of guilt all the time about the fact that Mark partially got voted out of his very first mini because of confusion with me, because somebody couldn't get the name straight. But you know what? He won last night, so all bets are off. He's done better than I've ever done. So very proud of Mark for winning. And I don't think he'll ever hear this because I don't think I shouldn't say anybody. A couple of people from the Sequester community listen to this, but almost nobody listens to this. And how do I know that? Because nobody from the Sequester community tells me, hey, I heard you talking about this. So you are welcome to ping me and say, hey, I'm from the Sequester community and I listen to your CarCast, and I will put my foot in my mouth and take it back. But as of now, no. I can name a couple of people that I would think might listen to me. And I am parked, and I got to get my tail into work. So you guys have a good day, and I will talk to you all later. Take care, everybody. Bye.